department can look it up. Can I quickly just touch on, you spoke earlier about people being very enthusiastic to give their data. I think you're over-exaggerating how enthusiastic people are about just giving carte blanche access to their data. Are you aware that Palantir and faculty have links to the discredited Cambridge Analytica?
I'm not. I don't think I'm aware of that. No.
Okay. I think it's really vital that you should be aware of that. I mean, it's, Palantir reportedly taught Cambridge Analytica how to scrape data. That means that you are putting at risk everybody's data in the country and giving it to organisations such as Palantir.
No,
I think it's really important that you get to grips with that. And I will give you this little book of data and democracy and some information for you to help inform you, Secretary of State. Just a couple of quick yes or no responses. Do you have any other agreements with companies that will help supply data that will help analyse voting intentions?
I have no idea what you're asking about.
I'm asking about, in our previous session, when you came in front of the committee, I asked you about unsolicited questionnaires that were being sent to people, asking them how they intended to vote in the next election. You said you didn't know anything about that. Now we know more about Palantir's and faculty's involvement in the NHS. It seems like this is all could be used as part of a way to get data about how people are going to vote and to encourage people to vote a certain way.
Lessons learned inquiry that we're doing, because we do need to make sure the questions are on that topic.
Yeah, it is, Chair, because I think the lessons that we must take from this pandemic is that in a pandemic we cannot use this as a shield to be able to get people's data to be able to use with it whatever a government wants to use it for.
Okay. Do you want to then ask your final questions then?
Secretary of State, are you 100% sure that Palantir, faculty, Cambridge Analytica or any other offshoot companies are not supplying public data, voting intentions, anything like that to the Conservative Party?
Well, what I'd say is that this has absolutely nothing to do with it. And where your accusations are unfounded and wrong is when you said that the companies involved in improving the way that we use data in government and have made huge positive strides in doing this in the last year and a half, that those companies, the words you used were have carte blanche, and that is not true, because all of this work is done within strict, careful protocols to make sure that we can use data to save lives. That's what I was doing, and I know that there are various theories in this space, but you've asked me the question and I'll answer it.
This is not a theory, Secretary of State.
There are various theories in this. What matters is, can you use data better to save lives, ensuring that it is properly and appropriately protected, and that's what we do.
Secretary of State, 100%.
Last question, if we may.
Secretary, 100% you can use data to save lives. Of course you can. You can also use data to manipulate people and manipulate lives, and that is not where we want to go as a country or as a government. So this isn't about theories. These are about factuals. These are about how you use data. My last question, Secretary of State, have you visited the COVID Memorial Wall?
Not yet, but I very much hope to.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dean Russell.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Secretary of State, for attending today.